I recently illustrated a wallpaper for my email list, which you can get for free if you go to my description and sign up for it, and then be one of the first to know about my upcoming releases and get access to all the discounts once things start up. And in this video, I'll take you through the process of me making it and all the ups and downs I had, so let's begin. So starting out, I came up with 4 different designs to choose from, and by designs I mean like thumbnails, so they weren't all fully fledged out. But I ended up choosing this one where there's a girl, she's laying under a tree, but later you see I take that tree out because I wanted to keep the wallpaper really simple, and because it's going to be on a phone, you won't see much of that anyway. To keep things simple and make sure that I get it done in a timely manner, I went with this and cut out the tree and went with a simple color palette, which I wanted it to be warm and brown and more on brand colors, which you'll see what I mean by on brand when I start releasing things. And again, since I wanted it to be a simple design, I tried to play around a bit with like a cartoonish look on her. I'm still working on my style with that, so this ugly stage is really crazy. Like me like watching this back, it's I can use some work on that, but I think I like the finished design. I think it's cool. It shouldn't be too distracting as a wallpaper, and that was like the main goal. Make it simple, also make it appealing and not too distracting. And I clearly need to work on my proportions. Like I kept readjusting things over and over again. I cut a lot of the stuff out of the video just to keep things concise and watchable for you. But yeah, now I know I need to work on more, especially with this type of style. Now once I got to the color portion of this, I'm still learning on Procreate. I like working from grayscale and going to color. So I was using soft light again here, but I ended up scrapping this whole thing because I planned on keeping this color like it is and then building on top of it, but it wasn't working for me. So yeah, I ended up trashing this whole part and going back over everything and making it all of it brown and then working on top of that. And you'll see, I know it's probably not making sense right now. And even here, I tried to go with brown on top of all of this, which it didn't end up working. And I also wasn't liking how my lines and stuff looked. So, because I was really rushing this process to hurry up and get it done. But I just decided to scrap it again and really work on and hone in on what I wanted this to look like. So I went back into grayscale and started building up things again and taking my time. So when the coloring process does come back, it doesn't look as rough at it as it just did back then. Like I even forgot to add like all these little orbs that you usually see when you're laying underneath the tree and like light is coming through. That's how you know I was rushing it, because I didn't even add like all those necessary details that I needed to. I was really just rushing to hurry up and color. But I'm glad I went back and I really paid attention to what I wanted this to turn out like, because it looked really rough before. Like I wasn't even sure what I wanted to do with her hair, and I finally came up with like a little fro, little curls laying around in the grass. And here you can see I'm playing around with a bunch of texture because I'm not drawing all the grass individually. That's too much. And there's not really much of a story to this illustration. I just really wanted it to be like have that warm feeling and just like a relaxing aesthetic, because you know she's chilling under a tree. This random butterfly lands on her nose and it's beautiful, and she's looking at it like whoa. So yeah, it's nothing really behind this. I just wanted something cute because I would have this as a wallpaper for myself, and I wanted it to relate to other people in that way. But the other designs I had to choose from, they were more of like a productivity type of theme. But I wanted to keep this simple, just starting out. Like you might see those later if I continue making wallpapers. Anyways, back to the color portion of this design. I went back over it with the brown that I wanted after I, finished rendering the grayscale to make it, make sense. And I started building on top of it. And it came out much more nicer, and the process was much easier. but I had to, you know, go back in on the light source and make it a lot more brighter because the brown did cover that up and I didn't want that to get lost. But even looking at the finished illustration, it kind of did, but I also didn't want that to be overpowering at the same time with the glowing butterfly. And since I did get lazy, I imported a picture of grass that was already artistically made. Because I got lazy. I didn't feel like drawing grass. I kept the texture that I made earlier in the video and kept it on top of the grass, but you can't really see it unless you're really looking hard, which I doubt anyone is. I mean, I know I am, but I know not everyone is paying attention to all those details, and I need to remind myself of that when I'm drawing, and to keep things simple and not make the process that much harder. But really, I can't help it sometimes. Like, looking back on this, I can see that the lighting doesn't really make sense, because how close the butterfly is to her face and the shadows on top of the light coming through from the tree leaves. That definitely could have been better. But again, I'm just making a simple wallpaper. I doubt anyone's going to care, but I'm always critiquing myself. Like, I can't help it. It's always in my head. And as I was rendering this eye, I was back and forth with how I wanted it to look, because I was playing a lot with texture, and I'm realizing the things that I actually like with digital art, because it's a lot different than traditional drawing. Like the way I made eyes then, I can do it here. It's just going to take a lot of time, and it doesn't really work well with my carpal tunnel now. Yes, again, this isn't a finalized style. I'm really just playing around. But yeah, I kind of like it, especially the lips. I think the lips turned out really nice. And I really did have fun drawing this. Like, once the ugly stage was done and I'm building on top and making things more saturated and more defined, I was really having fun. Like, I love this portion right here. I like the whole process of making art. It's just, of course, the ugly stage is a lot more frustrating because I'm still pretty rusty. It took me longer than I would like to get to this stage. Like, again, with the proportions and me trying out a new style, it was just a lot of back and forth, but I really like this outcome. I think it's really nice. I think it's a cool wallpaper. And again, if you want it, you can go in my description and fill out the little Google form, and then you'll see a link to download the file. And currently I only have it for iPhone, well, for a phone wallpaper. Again, if I start doing like wallpapers consistently, I will have it across, iPads, laptops, and all that. But I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching this video.